Okay, this is the start of the 2021 Alaska Airmen's raffle plane, and we're starting to collect parts to start assembling it. First thing here are our powder-coated lift struts, and these actually came off of the airplane that we started with. The tail number is going to be November 15 X-ray, and the jerry struts and jerry strut parts came off of the airplane that it's a 1951 PA-18. We got wing parts here, already powder coated. Whenever I rebuild an airplane, I always put the new lift strut attach brackets, front and rear lift strut attach brackets on, because the lower hole, the hole on the square end, is the hole that attaches the lift struts to the wing, and those get elongated. So anytime we rebuild a wing, we always change the front and rear lift strut attach brackets. The next is an aileron hangers, and if you see the flap hangers, we have drilled off the hinge, and that's because we're putting on airframes Alaska P-stall flaps. They're the double slotted flaps, and you have to take out the Piper hinge part and put in a P-stall bracket. So we drilled them out so that it's powder coated and can't rust. And then whenever I build wings, I always drill a hole to let the water out. From the factory, it didn't have a hole here, so the water would puddle in the top of the U-channel, and it would corrode then. So that's another reason we take all of these off, to drill holes in them. On the ones that hold the flaps, we always add extra weld on the fitting where it attaches to the false bar, because right here is a typical place that I find cracked many times. So anytime we rebuild them, we always re-weld here so that there's no cracks. Okay, and a pile of stuff. All of our rudder pedals and brake pedals, once again, they get a groove where the spring held them on, so we weld up the groove, and then we have them powder coated, so they're as good as new, or we replace them a lot of times with new ones. All the other brackets we have here are the rudder and and the elevator brackets. This one is a rudder bracket because it has a 3/16 hole, whereas this one's an elevator bracket because it has a 1/4 inch hole. Other than that, they're virtually the same except for the size hole. These are more fittings for the jerry struts. These are carbon fiber transition cones that we use from Randy Appling, and they go on the wings just as a transition from the leading edge to the tip bow. These are airframes, Alaska's new aluminum lift struts. Just got an STC. I just installed a set on my Cub, November 8976 Delta, and I had an 11-pound weight savings from the lifetime lift struts that I removed. It was a net 11-pound weight savings.
Nice.
These are ACME Aeroshocks, and we're planning on putting these on the raffle Cub pending STC approval in time. Anyway, the new ACME Aeroshocks. They're nice. I've used them on experimental, flown them on experimentals. I'm pleased with their performance. We're anticipating an STC in time for delivery of the raffle plane. We've got new tail feathers we got from Airframes Alaska. We'll need to, they're already a powder coat primer. We got to paint them our orange color on the places that are visible. Fuselage is an Airframes fuselage we took delivery on. It's got the Willow Mountain Ranch lower floorboard STC. It has it is missing the 2,000-pound gross weight increase. I've got to add that before we go to powder coat. It's got windows. It's got the brackets for the inertial reel seat belts, but before we go to powder coat, we're going to add a tab and a tab to bolt the inertial wheel seat belts to. These are here because we'll put headset hooks in that location. We need to build an access to the baggage because the baggage comes all the way back to this station with the Willow Mountain Ranch lower floorboard STC. So I will build an access door at the second bay back, because then you can reach your lower part of your baggage, and you can reach back on your upper part of your baggage to get your sleeping bag or your wheel covers or something that you put very light on the upper baggage. We'll build a doggy door here where this tape is. This tape is here because I was welding on the fittings for the Alaska Bush Pod or the Airglass 32-gallon tank or the Airglass 18-gallon tank with cargo in the back. They need a tab at this location for their rear strap, so that's why that one's there. And then in this location we'll build a doggy door. I guess it'll swing this way. Actually, we'll have it swing down. We'll build a doggy door in this bay. Makes it easier to access the rest of the baggage without having to take the rear seat out of it. If you notice, we put the wolf window in. I'll come on this side of the airplane. According to the Airframes STC, you can order the wolf door, which is this post is missing, and so you have the big sliding doors. The STC has the X-brace in the top. It has the inverted dog leg. Airplane's going to have a 2-bolt baby bush wheel. All my airplanes now, I go to a 2-bolt tail wheel instead of a single bolt. It cures lots of tail wheel problems. Currently, the airplane we're rebuilding had 1.5-inch bush wheels, so we're putting new Cleveland 1.5-inch brakes, and since it already had a 1.5 wheels, we're gonna, oh, there's another brake. And since we're reusing the wheels, previously used wheels, we'll put new rotors on the wheels so that they look brand new.
Okay, can you do that one over again? You had noise.
We're gonna put brand new brakes, 1.5 brakes. And typically it's a toss-up whether you use 1.25 brakes or 1.5 brakes. But the airplane that we're refurbishing for this is already outfitted with 1.5 wheels and brakes, and we're staying that way. We're going to put an F-Atlee Dodge rear seat heat kit in it, so that actually the way I do it is I have the new rear seat heat box go to the front seat passenger, and I run a 2-inch scat back and use the normal heat for the rear seat passenger, because I'm a flight instructor and I don't like the scat hose under my rudder pedal. So I switch who gets which heat so that I don't have the scat hose under my feet, because I never get to ride in the front seat. That's about what we have today. We'll have lots more probably next week as we put together parts.